New drivers, new cars and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21-race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with the addition of new safety features, the return of France and Germany in an expanded 21-race calendar, and more tyre compounds than ever before. And of course, we have some big car manufacturers back in the sport too, with Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin returning as title sponsors for Sauber and Red Bull respectively. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2018 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. Great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here. I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 4th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the relative performance of McLaren and Toro Rosso, who have exchanged power unit suppliers this year. And given the additional restrictions on engine components, they need to be strong in terms of both performance and reliability.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Pierre Gasly and Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Sainz and Sergio Perez, Grosjean, King, Lance Stroll and Leclerc. They've taken a grid penalty. Hartley, Ericsson and Stoffel Van Dorn. Sirotkin and Fernando Alonso starts from the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, we qualified higher than we were anticipating. Let's see if we can do just as well in the race. Made it look easy. Teammate by 3.3 seconds. pits. Green flag. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs. Release. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres. Is a second a lap faster than you. We're leading our teammate by 6.7 seconds. Nice work, you did well today. I think the boss will be happy with that one.
A great win then for the Red Bull team today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy and to stay out of trouble.
And I can see now the drivers are making their way out. We need Red Bull fighting at the front. They do an incredible amount for Formula One, and that's another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Max Verstappen takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. Now